Greetings, dear friends. It is both a joy and a privilege to sit with you today as we dive into a topic that affects each and every one of us, the ever-present, inescapable force known as change. How can we learn to meet change with open arms? How can we turn its seemingly daunting presence into a force for personal evolution and strength? Through the timeless lens of Buddhist wisdom, we will journey together into the art of embracing change. Along the way, we'll reflect on meaningful stories, explore ancient teachings, and uncover practical tools that help us respond to life's shifting tides with grace, clarity, and inner strength. Let us begin this exploration with open minds and open hearts, ready to uncover the transformative gift that lies within life's constant ebb and flow. In the philosophy of Buddhism, the concept of impermanence, or anicca, is among the foundational truths. Everything we know, our relationships, material possessions, emotions, ambitions, and even our physical bodies, is temporary, always in flux. While this truth can be unsettling at first glance, it is also a gateway to profound freedom. To recognize impermanence is to liberate ourselves from grasping, from the exhausting urge to hold on to what cannot be held. When we understand that all things are transient, we stop resisting the current of life and instead learn to flow with it. The Buddha taught that suffering, or dukkha, often arises not from change itself, but from our resistance to it, our attachment to what is or what once was. True peace begins when we stop trying to control what is inherently uncontrollable and instead cultivate a heart that is resilient, a mind that is flexible, and a spirit that is rooted in trust. Before achieving enlightenment, Siddhartha Gautama, later known as the Buddha, lived the life of a sheltered prince. He was shielded from the harsh realities of the world, sickness, aging, and death. But once he stepped beyond the palace walls and confronted these universal experiences, his world was shaken to the core. These eye-opening encounters ignited a deep longing to understand the truth of life. His journey teaches us something essential. Change, even when disorienting or painful, can serve as a profound catalyst for inner awakening. It was through accepting the impermanence of life that the Buddha found liberation. His story reminds us that within every disruption lies the seed of transformation. Each twist in life's road offers an invitation to awaken, to deepen, to grow. Much of our fear around change stems from our relationship with the unknown. Our minds are wired to cling to what feels familiar, equating the known with safety, Yet, ironically, it is this very clinging that gives rise to suffering when life inevitably shifts beneath our feet. The Buddha compared this tendency to gripping a burning coal, thinking it will protect us, but in truth, it only harms us. Let's explore some common fears that arise around change. 1. Loss of control. Change reminds us that we are not in charge of everything. This can leave us feeling vulnerable or destabilized. 2. Fear of failure. We doubt whether we'll adapt or succeed when things shift. 3. Uncertainty. Not knowing what's coming can feel overwhelming and disorienting. 4. Attachment. Letting go of what we hold dear is never easy, and it often comes with grief. However, once we understand these fears, we can meet them not with judgment or avoidance, but with compassion and awareness. A beautiful metaphor in Buddhism is the lotus flower, which grows from the depths of muddy water and blooms into breathtaking beauty above the surface. The lotus doesn't resist the mud, it rises through it. In the same way, the challenges brought by change are not obstacles but necessary nourishment for our growth. Change, like the muddy pond, may appear murky and uncertain, but it is within this very uncertainty that our strength can take root. We too can rise like the lotus, drawing wisdom and resilience from life's messiness and emerging with grace into our potential. To embrace change with true confidence doesn't mean banishing fear. Rather, it means learning to trust ourselves, trusting in our own ability to navigate the unknown, to adapt, to remain steady amidst the storm. Here are some practical ways to begin cultivating that trust. 1. Practice mindfulness. By anchoring ourselves in the present, we soften the anxious pull of the future. In stillness, we gain clarity. 2. Release attachment. When we loosen our grip on the past, we create space for the new to emerge. Practice letting go, gently and consciously. 3. Foster resilience. Every challenge is an opportunity to develop inner strength. Resilience is not innate, it is built, moment by moment. 4. Seek wisdom. Turn toward teachings, mentors, and spiritual traditions for guidance. Buddhist teachings offer deep, timeless insights to navigate life's impermanence. 5. Welcome uncertainty. See the unknown not as a threat but as a field of possibilities. It is in the blank spaces that new stories can be written. There's an old parable about a wise farmer who lived with his son. One day, their horse ran away. The neighbors said, "Such bad luck." The farmer replied, "Maybe." Soon after, the horse returned, bringing a group of wild horses with it. "What good fortune," said the neighbors. Again, the farmer answered, "Maybe." Later, while taming one of the horses, the farmer's son broke his leg. "What a tragedy," cried the neighbors. The farmer said, again, "Maybe." Not long after, soldiers came to recruit young men for war, but they left the son behind due to his injury. "You are so lucky," the neighbors exclaimed. The farmer once more said, "Maybe." This story is a beautiful reminder that circumstances are ever-changing, and our judgments, whether something is good or bad, are often incomplete. By cultivating a mind of equanimity, we meet change with presence and peace, rather than fear and assumption. Here are a few more practical steps to help you embrace change with mindfulness and grace. 1. Reflect on your past. Recall moments when change led to unexpected blessings or personal growth. Let those memories remind you of your resilience. 2. Focus on what's within your power. You may not control the storm, but you can choose how you respond to it. Take wise, intentional action. 3. Practice gratitude. Even in seasons of upheaval, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude helps shift your focus from fear to possibility. 4. Engage in meditation. A regular meditation practice grounds you in your unchanging essence. Amid all the change outside, your inner stillness remains. 5. Lean into community. Sharing your journey with loved ones, mentors, or a spiritual circle can provide strength, support, and perspective. Buddhism encourages us to walk the middle way, a balanced path that avoids extremes of attachment and aversion. When we encounter change, this path invites us to approach it not with resistance or blind optimism, but with openness, curiosity, and balance. When I first embraced the path of monastic life, I faced my own turbulence. The transition from worldly life was not easy. I feared losing who I was, unsure of what lay ahead. My teacher, in his calm wisdom, told me to observe the river, how it flows, never resisting the rocks, but weaving around them with grace. That lesson stayed with me. Life is the river, change is the current, and when we stop fighting the flow, we begin to discover the quiet wisdom carried in its waves. As we come to a close, I invite you to gently reflect on your own relationship with change. What stories are you holding? What fears are asking to be seen? Which moments in your past already show you how resilient and capable you truly are? If today's reflections have touched your heart, I warmly welcome you to subscribe to our channel. Together, we can continue exploring ancient wisdom and timeless practices that nurture peace, courage, and clarity in the midst of life's ever-changing flow. May you meet each change with a steady heart and an open spirit. Remember, within every shift lies the seed of transformation. Thank you for your presence today. Let us walk this journey hand in hand, one mindful breath at a time.